Hey everybody, welcome to another Stash video. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite top 10 films of 2015. Now, I didn't get to see everything, so I'm just going to read off a list in no particular order, my favorite films of 2015. And that's going to be starting off with Creed. I absolutely loved Creed. It would definitely reminded me of the first Rocky film. And I love Rocky. Like if any of you guys have been following me for any number of years, I think you'll know that I absolutely love Rocky. Especially part one. Part four is really the one that really got me into Rocky. But yeah, absolutely love Rocky. Creed was just like a perfect intro to that movie. It was to that series. I mean, it was just it didn't force itself. I mean, yeah, it was a little bit kind of like the Rocky, but it really was its own story. I really love Michael B. Jordan, and thank God he was in something other than Fantastic Four this year, because that's not the way you want to go out. The in throughout the year, you don't want people associating you to a really bad movie when you just knocked it out of the park in Creed. So absolutely, Creed is one of my top favorite picks of the year. The other one would be Straight Outta Compton. Now, I saw this movie 3 times in theaters, and I cannot wait for the director's cut. Like, I absolutely loved it. A little bit of background history here. I grew up listening to Dr. Dre and Ice Cube and Eazy-E and NWA in general, and the whole Death Row and Ruthless, and just to me it was just something I never thought I'd see on screen. And when it did, oh my god, I loved it. I just loved watching this movie. It was so much. There's so much heart and drama, and just really great performances, especially Jason Mitchell playing Easy E. Definitely, I hope he gets recognized. I mean, this year was pretty big for acting, but he did an amazing job. Also, I really loved his performance as Easy E. So I mean, Straight Outta Compton, my one of my favorite films of the year. I usually don't watch a movie more than once in a movie theater. I saw this one 3 times. That should tell you something. The next movie, Star Wars. I released my review of the film a couple weeks back, um, and I really liked it. I mean, this is what I'll say. I loved watching it. If that makes any sense, I loved the entire experience of it. Um, I loved watching it with people who haven't seen it. I saw it twice. I do plan on seeing it at least one more time in theaters. Um, but I just, I just thought it was a great like story. It's pretty simple. It's not gonna like blow your mind or anything. And I think the hype might have killed it for some people, but for me, it was pretty great. I really loved watching this movie. I think Daisy Ridley and John Boyega and Oscar Isaacs were an amazing new cast to put into this film. I loved BB-8, and so yeah, I think Star Wars: The Force Awakens was one of my favorite theater going experiences. I'd say it was probably my favorite theater going experience of all time, because I saw The Dark Knight opening night, and that was a lot of fun. I think this one might have beat it just a little bit by a hair, but it was great. It was awesome watching that movie. Um, Ant Man was awesome also. Now, unfortunately, I think of Age of Ultron Avengers didn't quite make it into my top 10. if I had to put it anywhere, I'd put it at like number 11. I really liked it. I actually loved it the first time I saw it, but then, thinking about it after a day, I'm like, you know what? Excuse me. Um, it wasn't as great as I thought it was, and then I saw it again, and I kind of liked it a lot less the second time I saw it. But Ant Man, Ant Man was awesome. It was just a smaller story. It didn't have to be about saving the world or anything. It was just as much as a comic book movie can be small. This was a smaller film for Marvel, and I really like Paul Rudd. Like I love Paul Rudd actually as an actor. Michael Pena was funny in this film, and so for all intents and purposes, this was just a fun movie to watch. So I really liked it. Inside Out, my God, Inside Out broke my heart so much. It almost made me cry at one point. I won't spoil anything, but it was so good. A lot of heart. I love Amy Poehler. I thought she was great as Joy, and I absolutely adored this film. It's definitely in my top. It's probably in my top five, if anything. Um, Mad Max. Now, I didn't love Mad Max, but I definitely, once again, love the movie going experience of this thing. It was incredible seeing this thing on a big screen. The a lot of practical effects mixed in with great, visual effects. Um, not CGI. I think that word gets used incorrectly, but visual effects, like special effects. There's a great mix between that and practical, and it was like a lot of fun. Like it was just so different from any other movie I've seen this year or any movie I've seen in the last couple years. It was so refreshing just it was I don't know what it is about it. I really loved it. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. I really like this movie a lot. I'd say it's if I had to rank it, it's probably number 10. It's not my absolute favorite on this list, but it was a lot of action. Just kind of what you expected from a Mission Impossible film. Tom Cruise is geez, dude. You that guy doesn't age like since 1994. I'd say like when he did Interview with a Vampire, he looks he looks exactly the same, if not better now. So I don't know. Maybe he is a vampire. But I loved Rogue Nation. That opening sequence, that plane right. Oh my god. I was like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. It's awesome. Another great. Oh, see, a lot of these I think I attribute to great movie going experience. Um, I I freaking loved Jurassic World. Even though it's not a great movie, I loved watching this movie. I saw it in IMAX that opening weekend, and oh my god, lines out the door trying to get tickets. I was not expecting that at all, and it was just so much fun. That's the thing. Like for me, a movie can be fun, and it doesn't have to be great. But if it's fun and it makes you feel, like a kid again, that to me makes my top 10 list. Um, so I mean, I don't know what else to say about that, but that's what it made me feel like I was 10 years old, or that's what it made me feel like. I was a little kid again watching these dinosaurs go at it, and it was just a lot of fun. Um, the one documentary on my list, I wouldn't. Okay, so it's Amy, about Amy Winehouse, and I saw that it was playing in theaters. I didn't get to see it in theaters, but then I finally bought it on Blu-ray, and my God, she was. It's so sad. This movie is so sad. It really it really it's really crazy what happened to her. And it's really I don't know, it's heartbreaking. She was so talented. She had a lot of things going for her at the same time. She had a lot of demons. She didn't know how to deal with things, and she didn't have people. I mean, I would say she had a lot of support behind her, but when you don't want to help yourself, then there's not a lot of choices for you. It really it's really sad what happened to her. But it's an amazing, insightful documentary. Documentaries are probably one of my favorite genres in film. Because I don't know, I just love documentaries. But this one is absolutely heartbreaking. It's super. Oh my god, super interesting. Go watch it if you haven't seen it, Amy. Hopefully, it'll be up on Netflix soon. That's a movie you need to watch. Anyone needs to watch. Anyone who even if you don't even like that kind of music that she played, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a great documentary. I loved it. Uh, and last but not least, it's Ex Machina. I loved Ex Machina. It was so different, and I freaking love Oscar Isaacs, man. Oscar Isaac is amazing. I love this guy. I have a man crush on him. He's slowly becoming my favorite actor. Uh, I've seen him, and I need to see a little more from him. But so far from what I've seen, I every time he's knocked it out the park. Every time this guy brings it. He can be funny. He's charming. He could be ruthless. He can be menacing. He can be scary. This guy, I think, is like the next Al Pacino. Especially like in the 70s when he was just making like hit after hit after hit. Oh man, Oscar Isaac, you are like my dude right now. I love you right now. Oh well, no, I think I'm gonna keep loving you. Not saying like that's it. Not right, just right now. No. Anyway, Ex Machina. If you haven't seen this, it is some of the most bizarre and amazing visual effects I've ever seen. The CGI, the visual, the special effects, everything looks so real that you forget your. I don't know. Oh my god. I don't know. I just absolutely love this film. I think if I had to put it in order, this is my number one of the year. I absolutely loved it. But that should be it. That's number 10. That's 10 movies that I love this year. Absolutely. If you guys haven't seen any of these, absolutely go watch them. You won't be disappointed. If anything, it's going to be a lot of fun, or you're going to see a lot of great acting and great stories. Um, if anything, but that's my top 10 list of the year. On the next video, I think I'll be doing the top 10 movies I didn't get to see this year. And hopefully we can, change that pretty soon, because a lot of these could have been in my top 10 movies of the year. I just haven't gotten to see them yet. So until next time, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye.